Hello, I'm Jerry Goodspeed.
And I'm JayDee Gunnell. We're two of the gardening experts with the Utah State University Botanical Center. We're here to talk to you today about how to have a healthy lawn in 3 easy steps.
A healthy lawn is really good at reducing the stresses that you'll see, such as insects, diseases, even weeds. A healthy lawn will outcompete most of our weeds. The first step in that is correct watering practices. Overwatering is the #1 problem that we see in the Intermountain area. You need to measure how much you're watering with your sprinklers, and you can find out how to measure this on a number of websites with the Utah State University Extension, and it will give you a way to figure out inches per week that you're watering, because that's normally the information that's given out there. For instance, in the spring, we normally water about a ½ inch to 1 inch if we water at all. In the heat of the summer, it's somewhere up to 2 to 2.5 inches. And then in the fall, starting in September, we start backing off again and get back down to that 1.5 inches of water per week.
And the reason for that cycle is most of our grasses in our lawns are cool season. So their growth pattern peaks in the spring. They tend to want to go dormant in the heat of summer, and then they peak again in the fall. So following that water pattern and irrigation is really important. It also ties into our second step, regular fertilization. You want to follow that same growth pattern with adding fertilizers. Early spring, there's products that you can put down that have nitrogen and also pre-emergent herbicides to help control some of those annual weeds. In the summer months, however, you want to make sure you put down a slow release fertilizer so you're not stressing that lawn into growing more than it really wants to. And then in the fall is actually the most important time to put down a fertilizer with a quick release nitrogen after the last mowing. And what that does is it takes those nutrients down to the roots and stores them for that next spring.
I know a lot of people that like to fertilize in the summer, but if they're going to do that, normally we'll tell them make sure it's a slow release, because you don't want to push growth in the heat. And that leads us to, in the summer, mowing it, which is the third step, correctly mowing the lawn. A lot of times we look at a golf course and we think, well, that looks really good, we want to cut our grass short. No, we want it to get it as long as we can, especially in the heat of the summer. It will do much better. It shades out some of the weeds. It develops a deeper root system. So the first time in the spring when I mow, I like to cut it a little bit short to get rid of what's dead and stuff. And from then on, I'm going to raise it up to 2.5 inches. And in the middle of the summer, I will raise my lawnmower almost as tall as it'll go, which is about 3.5 inches. And in the fall again, bring it back down to about 2.
And tying that back with fertilizer, if you can leave the grass clippings on the lawn, they can actually add up to 1 pound of fertilizer per season.
For this and more information on fertilizers, weed control, and even insect and disease control, go to our website at garden.usu.edu.